For the guiding energy, we have the skunk spirit, know your worth. Know your worth. You are being asked to focus on your self-esteem, your sense of self, and your sense of self-worth. This situation has to do with a love situation, a relationship. See, many are afraid of the skunk because the skunk has something that a lot of people find very revolting about it. But the skunk itself does not actually care. This is how the skunk defends itself. This is part of its nature, right? And those of its same species also recognize its worth, also understand its nature. I feel like you are being asked to focus on the parts of yourself. I feel like you are being asked to focus on the parts of yourself that maybe you are uncomfortable with, the parts of yourself that you don't feel so good about. It could be your looks, it could be certain characteristics, certain things about yourself that maybe make you insecure. There's a strong message here about finding your worth within this situation. This has to do with a relationship. For some of you, you are in a relationship where you don't feel very uplifted, you don't feel very worthy within it. There's something that is misaligned within this relationship. You are not worthy for the relationship. There's something within you that is resisting this connection, or there's something within the connection that is not resonating with you. But I'm seeing that there's some trouble around this relationship. It could involve other people. We've got the mischief card here, and on the card there are 3 cats with glowing eyes. This stands out to me as other forces being within this connection that are having some kind of influence. This could be your partner's friends or family. This could be forces within yourself that are causing self-sabotage, or within the other person who could be sabotaging the connection. I don't feel like this is going to be a light and fluffy reading, so just letting you know. But what I'm seeing is that there is a misalignment within this connection, within this situation that is happening within your relationship. It could involve other influences. For some of you, it does. It could be people who are just trying to influence the connection too much. Maybe you're feeling neglected in this relationship. Maybe there's miscommunication or misunderstandings between you both. But I'm seeing that regardless of the situation, regardless of the other person you're involved with, there is a strong need for you to see your own worth in this situation. This is stemming from your self-worth. And I am seeing that there is some chaos that you are experiencing within it, and possibly in your other relationships that could also be coming from this one relationship. Maybe other people don't agree with it. Maybe other people are trying to get involved, get a little too involved in your connection with this person for whatever reason. Day to day with this person, with this connection, recognize what doesn't feel good, what doesn't feel right, things that are said, things that are done, feelings that you have. Listen to your intuition. If you are affecting this relationship because of your own self-esteem or self-worth issues, that is something that you will have to focus on. That is something that you will have to look within. Because if you value this relationship, and this is a healthy relationship for some of you, not all of you, but if this is a healthy connection and you're feeling this way, it can cause another cycle. It can cause unnecessary heartache for you and the other person. And this is nobody's fault. This could also be the other person. They may have self-worth issues. They may be going through some things. But there is, you are being guided towards healing. You are being guided towards understanding the parts of yourself that you don't like, looking at them, accepting them, and being gentle with yourself, okay? A lot of times the things that we don't like about ourselves, other people tend to really love about us. Okay, so usually it's self-criticism, overthinking, things like this you may be prone to. This could have also stemmed from something that happened to you in the past. Maybe you weren't treated very good in the past by somebody or a group of people, unhealthy relationships, whatever that may be. But I feel like you're being guided towards accepting the parts of yourself that you see as undesirable, because that is perspective. That's not necessarily a truth, it's just perspective. And when we focus on this perspective about ourselves, when we focus on these insecurities, they tend to grow, they get louder. They start impacting our life in different ways. No two people are the same. Everyone has quirks. Not everyone we come by are going to like us, going to like the way we look, the way we behave, the things we believe. That's just a part of our existence. Not everyone resonates with us. But despite that, even intellectually knowing that, the things people say and do to us can still hurt us. It can still create imprints of beliefs within our unconscious, whether we're aware of it or not. It's going to be very important to go inward. And if you are in a situation that isn't making you feel very good, the reason why you could be staying in this situation is because of a self-worth wound. And when you heal this, everything will change for you. So that's what you're being guided towards right now, okay? There's something that is connected to this. There's a root here. Whatever this root is, whether it's you or the other person that is experiencing it and expressing it within the connection, a little bit of chaotic energy here. For your guardian energy, you have the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. So I feel like in order to protect your energy, especially in this situation, it's going to be very important to release yourself from anything that feels like resistance, anything that feels like misalignment. If you are forcing yourself into situations just because you think you need to be there, that's misalignment. That isn't resonating with you. That is taking your power away. The only way you're going to have your power back is if you take yourself out of situations that limit you, okay? There is a call for you to be free. There is a call for you to experience freedom within yourself. This is about growth. This is about self-image. You are a free spirit, but you feel a little bit caged right now for some reason, and it could be stemming from the skunk spirit knowing your worth. There's something that needs to be healed here. Experiencing freedom isn't about doing whatever you want. It can be, and it's part of it. But it's also about embodying it. It's also about feeling it. It's about not taking things so personally, going more with the flow, having resilience towards challenge and conflict, and not allowing it to beat you down or to trigger you. That is the ultimate goal, isn't it? Because as long as you're getting very triggered, people can poke at your insecurities. And if these insecurities or people triggering you is holding you back from doing the things you want to do or experiencing life fully in your way, how you want to, then that is a problem. So you'll protect your energy, for one, by going inward, by focusing on your worth, and learning how to accept these things, and enforcing boundaries with other people. Be firm on what you're willing to do and not willing to do. Especially if it's just to fit in or to please somebody else. That is not a nice frequency to be in. That is not a nice place to be in. Right? So freedom is yours, but you need to go inward. You need to have awareness of what is not resonating with you. And as much as we like to deny it, as much as we like to turn our heads away and believe something isn't true or to ignore it, it will only grow. It will grow and grow and grow, and it will exude itself externally into everything around us in our life and in our relationships. So if you want to experience this freedom, you are being guided towards it. You are being guarded by the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. This is basically a message that knowing your worth is what leads to freedom. And embodying this freedom and knowing your worth is what is going to set you free. You are an otherworldly person. You could be a very spiritual person. You could be a very philosophical, deep thinker. You have a quiet wisdom inside of you. This is something that sometimes people can try to take advantage of. You could also be someone who tries to escape, maybe isolates more frequently to protect your energy, to protect yourself from others, but the problem with that is sometimes it keeps you from experiencing uncomfortable situations, which sometimes we need in order to grow. And it doesn't have to be a physical situation. It could be not wanting to look at certain aspects of ourselves, or not wanting to look at a situation a certain way because it may be painful, but it's necessary, right? We've also got grief, so there is some grief around this. You may have had a loss. For some of you, this is an actual loss, and you may have experienced a lot of grief, and this grief could be related to the past. Maybe you had some grief in the past that caused some insecurity, or wasn't very healthy, or did bring down your sense of self-worth and confidence. This is what you need to free yourself from. There's some kind of belief or cycle here, or insecurity here, that needs to be healed, that needs to be brought to light. And for some of you, if this is the other person, you need to understand it's not your responsibility to fix them. They need to see their own worth themselves. So I feel like I'm speaking to two collectives here. One who is dealing with someone who is dealing with self-worth issues, and the other side which is dealing with their own self-worth issues. But this is what is going to bring you freedom. This is how you're going to embody freedom. When you build this kind of resilience and you become comfortable and accepting of who you are and your flaws, well, your perceived flaws, then nothing can touch you. You will still feel free because you accept it. You don't accept what others are saying about you at face value like you may have in the past. And if you have gone through an extended amount of psychological abuse or anything like this could have impacted you in a very big way. And it's time to undo this, okay? It's time to move out of this grieving stage and into the healing stage. We've also got alchemical symbols here. This is about transmutation, transmuting something into something healthy, into an energy that will motivate you and drive you forward. For your shadow aspect, we've got the chameleon spirit. Act as if. So for some of you, you may have tried to be a chameleon. Maybe in the past you just tried to blend into your circles, you tried to blend in with other people or communities, places that maybe didn't fit you that well or accept you, about being in groups that you don't resonate with, and that can make you feel like you don't belong. And it was that because it exists in you, it exists in other people. So it's not that there aren't people who understand you or that you don't belong. It's just that you're trying to fit yourself into places you don't belong, that you don't resonate with. It's not that you can't tolerate or get along in different groups. You may show one side of yourself to one group and another side of yourself to a different group. You know, having different groups or different friendships can sometimes allow us to experience different aspects of our personalities. It's not to say it's not genuine, but from this card here, it looks like you may have felt like you have had to be a different person within these groups or situations, and you've had to be a chameleon, in other words, to fit in. That's exhausting. That's very exhausting. And that's going to keep you away from the opportunities that are meant for you. Okay? You know, spend time around people you really resonate with, who understand you, who accept you for just as you are. We've also got illusion. Seek reality even if it's challenging. So you may have coped with this by isolating and escaping into other worlds, maybe fantasy worlds, maybe other hobbies, other interests, in order to cope. This is telling me it's going to be very important for you to get outside of your comfort zone, to expand beyond what you've always done and try something new, to connect with other people. There's something that will feel challenging, and you will try to resist it, but it's necessary for your growth. It's necessary to pull you out of this cycle, out of this spiral. In the unknown, there's room for endless possibility. So as I was saying with the illusion card, when you open yourself up, when you go inward, when you start doing things a little bit differently, stop trying to force yourself into places you don't belong or that resist who you are, opportunities are going to open up for you, okay? It may feel lonely for a while, it may feel very intimidating for a while, but it will get more natural over time. I always say to myself, I would rather be alone and spend time alone, in peace, enjoying who I really am, being able to be myself, than to be in places and circles of people that don't accept me or don't want to see me as I am. And that's the truth. You know, this kind of energy also causes you to go after the wrong things that don't really align with you, and then you get involved in these things because of the influences of your peers or people around you or situations, and you realize that you really don't like it, and you can't understand why. You can't understand why everything you get involved with, you don't enjoy it, because it isn't really a reflection of you. You're not really acting from a space of your own personal alignment. There are too many influences here, and you need to step outside of these influences. The situation may be impacting your finances as well, or you could be in this situation because of a financial situation. Maybe the financial situation in your connection or your relationship is very good. Maybe it supports you. Maybe the relationship is very generous. This may be one of the influences that are either causing you to stay or that you really appreciate about the connection. But maybe this situation is also affecting how you feel about yourself. Either you or the other person may be the primary financial support, and if it's the other person and it's not you, maybe that's affecting how you feel about yourself and within the relationship. Maybe you want to create something for yourself, or to make more money, or to contribute in that way, or contribute in some way. Because this rune is about generosity and finances and abundance. It's also about being generous with each other, equal give and take. So there's something to do with equal give and take within this relationship. And if you are giving too much, if you are giving more in the relationship emotionally, physically, mentally, then something needs to equal itself out. It's not in reverse, so I'm not necessarily seeing a financial challenge. I'm just seeing a theme around equal give and take. So with your guardian spirit, the horse spirit, freedom is yours. I feel like there's been a massive change, or you're experiencing a massive change. Maybe this relationship that you're in is going through a change currently. It may be very uncomfortable, or a change may be happening very, very soon. This is symbolic to challenges. So I feel like this grief has something to do with what you're experiencing within this relationship. Maybe there's been some conflict between you both. It's affecting your self-worth. It's also causing some heartache, a bit of grief. There's something that you need to, there's something that needs to be overcome here. It's something that you need to free yourself from in the situation. This also represents obstacles that you have no control in, okay? So if you're trying to control this situation too much, if you're trying to guide this situation too much, this is a message to me to step back from that. Don't try to control it. Some things are completely out of our control. The more you fight this situation, the more difficult it's going to be, and the longer it's going to take to pass. Okay? This is connected to the chameleon spirit and your shadow aspect. This is also about sudden change. So I feel like you are going through sudden changes, or you're going to experience sudden changes very soon. This is also about cooperation, loyalty, partnership. So this is rooted in your relationship. This is a challenge within your relationship that needs to be overcome. It's also a rune of balance. So this challenge needs to be overcome in order to restore balance, either to your relationship or to you personally and your life. So there is going to be forward movement. Something is going to be happening very soon that is going to restore balance, going to restore harmony. It may feel difficult in the moment and while you're going through it, but it is going to ease, okay? There is a solution, and you are going to overcome this. This is part of your journey, and you can handle this. It's very, very important for your personal growth. Whatever this is going to create opportunities for you and a really big change in your life. All right, that's what I have for you. Thank you for being here. If you would like a personal reading, you can see my readings in the description. If this resonated with you, please like and comment on this video. It helps me out a lot, and I love to hear about your situations. If you would like to share that with me, I wish you the best, and I will see you next time.